Carlo?
Hi, Novak.
Hi, Karen.
So, what's the mindset starting this new play season? You're used to it, but
Hmm.
here is different. So, what's the
Yeah.
truth of this?
Well, I mean, it's great to play at home. You know, I live here. I use it as a base for last almost 15 years. Um, I know very well all the people in the club, as I was saying in the past years, and so it's a really unique feeling. And the transformation of this club is quite amazing. You know, comparing to the other times of the year when you don't have a tournament, it's really calm and there's not many people. And right now it's just a different world. But I like it, I embrace it, and this is definitely one of my, if not the favorite tournament to play. And I can't wait to step on the court. I've been training. Most of the players have been here for a week. I've seen a lot of top players, you know, spending time, and the weather was permitting for, you know, practice, which is not at the moment. But yeah, I mean, I had a great last 6 months of last season, amazing start of this year. Indian Wells, Miami have been kind of so-and-so in terms of how I played and the results. But, you know, in Miami I was already playing better tennis than I have in Indian Wells, so I've been trying to, I'll try to pick that up from there and see how it goes on clay. Obviously clay is, you know, completely different surface, is very demanding physically, tactically. You have to be more patient, more resilient, more enduring. You have to be able to construct the point in various ways. It is the slowest surface in sport, and this clay courts here in Monaco are probably the slowest of the big ones that we have on the tour. So yeah, I mean, the game, my game, and everybody's game will be tested, you know, big time. But that's why we're here.
Novak, as you build towards the French Open, for your own peace of mind, do you need to win one of these clay court titles to go into Paris in the right mindset?
Yes and no. It would be definitely better to approach Roland Garros with win of one of the big three clay court events prior to French Open. But at the same time, you know, I've had great Roland Garros tournaments in the past, and where I maybe didn't win any of the big ones before. So it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to affect completely my state of mind approaching Roland Garros, but it would definitely serve the confidence better if I have won one coming into Paris.
Do you think, how do you see this play season? Do you think it might be a bit more open than it was the past few years, or how do you say?
Well, other than one guy, sure, it's always open. You know, I think Rafa is obviously always a very clear favorite on any clay court in the world, and it doesn't change. He's still there. I mean, obviously it depends on how he's feeling physically. You know, I've seen him play here, so he's been here a few days, so it seems like he's fine. And you know, if he's physically fit, he's definitely the number one guy, you know, on this surface, without a doubt. And then, you know, after him, it's quite open. You know, I think Zverev has done really well on clay in the last few years. Dominic Thiem, of course. You know, Roger is going to play as well this season, so that's great for tennis. I think it is pretty open.
What's your feeling about why Roger decided to play on clay this year? What do you expect from him when he does?
I mean, I thought tennis was missing him definitely on clay last year, but you know, I think I personally, I think most of the people understood why he decided as well to skip the clay court season last year, and I also understand why he wants to play. So I mean, definitely for our sport, it's better that he plays, and so we're looking forward to seeing him.
What do you expect from him on the clay?
I mean, he's been playing some great tennis lately. I mean, Dubai, Indian Wells, Miami, he's won 2 out of 3, played finals in Indian Wells. I mean, as good as it gets, you know. So I mean, of course, it's different surface, but Indian Wells can, the ball bounces quite high there, which kind of imitates the clay. So I mean, he dealt with that high balls really well throughout his career. So I don't see any particular big issue for him playing on this surface. I mean, he won French, he won all the big ones, and he is who he is. So you always expect highs from him.
Like, how do you think what happened in Garage and Miami? I mean, you playing far from your level in
Yeah.
Australia.
I mean, as I said, in Miami, it was already more positive. I guess, look, I had a long break. I mean, I didn't play official match for over 5 weeks. And, yeah, I had a lot going on off the court. And then, I just didn't manage to find my game at the right time in Indian Wells. And lost in second match there, and then came in Miami pretty good, playing pretty good, and reached the fourth round. Started really well against Bautista there. I was 6-1 up, and a few points from breaking, and maybe ending the. And I was break up actually in the second, so I was close to win it, and then match turned around. So this is sport. It happens. Certainly I was disappointed because I thought I was starting to play better and better. I thought I could go far. But at the same time, it is what it is. And as I said, I'll try to look on the positive side. I've had a great form in the last 12 months. Great form. And other than those two tournaments, all the others I've played were at least, I think, semi-finals or finals. Most of the tournaments I played, so that can serve only as an incentive, so to say, or a confidence boost prior to clay season.
Last two questions, Mike. Novak, just back to Roger a second. Obviously, Rafa's the outstanding player on clay each day. You're the world number one. Do you think at 37 he is still a serious contender to win a slam on clay? Is that actually realistic?
I think so. I mean, certainly other slams more than Roland Garros for Roger are, so to say, he has more chance to win other slams than Roland Garros, but he has won Roland Garros in the past. He hasn't played it obviously last year or last few years, but it's hard to speak about Roger's level because it's always there. It's always at his highest. I mean, I really, aside of maybe 1 year where he changed the racket and dropped to, I think, number 7, 8, and then he was injured for 5, 6 months, dropped his ranking to out of 15. Those maybe 2 times in the last 15 years have been maybe where I saw him play 10, 20% worse than he's playing on the level that he's playing on all the time. So it's always expected in a way from my side when I see him, see him play, compete at any level, at any surface, that he's gonna be at his best, that he's always going to be one of the candidates or favorites to win any tournament. Really, I can't talk about Roger in any other instance. That doesn't, regardless of the surface.
Last one here.
Novak, having you won 7 Australian Open, I'd like to know if
Come stai, amico? How are you?
if there are tournaments that you haven't won so many, that you would like more to win than others, and if that would depend on who do you beat. Let's say to beat Nadal at Roland Garros probably would be the biggest exploit, maybe, or not.
It would definitely be not too bad. Yes, I mean, for sure, beating Rafa and Roland Garros would be, and he's, one of the ultimate challenges of the sport, as it's winning against Roger in Wimbledon. Yeah, and I've been fortunate to experience the both, so it is quite quite a special feeling because they've dominated those surfaces so much in their careers.
Nadal not in the final.
Sorry?
Nadal not in the final.
In the final of Roland Garros, yeah, okay. So there you go. You answered the question. So that would be the match of the season. Yes.